Okay, just to give you a better overall view of kind of where we've come from, where we're going, I can show you a map that took us from Texas to Glacier. And on this map, down here in this corner is Glacier National Park, and this is Alaska. And so we crossed the border on Highway 89. We went up to Calgary and then came across, this is Banff National Park, Icefields Parkway, Jasper National Park. We came out of Jasper, we went east just a little bit, went up to Grand Prairie, and then came up to Dawson Creek. Dawson Creek is where the Alaska Highway begins. That's mile 0. And then we went from there through Fort St. John. And these are all just little bitty spots in the road. A lot of them have gas stations. Up to our first night on the Alaska Highway, we spent just south of Fort Nelson. We stopped there yesterday, did laundry, have finished there, and then drove this section, and we're just south of Laird Hot Springs. Our next few stops, we are going to be spending a night, maybe 2, at, that's the Laird River. It's Laird Hot Springs is right in here. And then Watson Lake is where the signpost forest is. And the Alaska Highway continues across here. When we get to Whitehorse, we are then going to go on the Klondike Highway. And we'll be in the Yukon at that point to Dawson City. We plan on crossing into Alaska at Chicken, then coming back down to Tok, up to Fairbanks, and that's kind of the beginning of our Alaska section. Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers. We are day 17 into our journey, and we are at Moncho Lake in British Columbia.
And what a treat it is to visit Moncho Lake.
Yeah, we have spent the last 3 nights just at roadside pull-offs, and man, we are so thankful Canada has those. We thought we had passed this. We did not realize this lake goes for miles. The Alaska Highway just skirts it for, what, a good 10 miles or so. And we're on our way up to Laird Hot Springs. So this is a huge lake. We did not miss it. And there, I believe, were 3 established campgrounds on the lake. So if you're looking for established campgrounds, I believe you probably need to make some reservations because these look like they fill up. But this,
and as other lakes we've seen in this area, it is a jade color because of glacial melt.
And it is just amazing. And once again, video, etc., cannot truly show you how awesome this is. But we will show you some more scenery between here and Laird, and then we'll go soak in some hot water.
Yay.
Okay, well, we arrived at Laird Hot Springs at about 10:30 or so. We had a short day, and I will tell you we had not passed Moncho Lake because, man, that thing is gorgeous, and you're not going to miss it. It is, what, it's 10 miles or so that it follows the Alaska Highway. But when we got here,
we had planned on staying in an overflow parking lot.
Right, and it used to be there around the playground area, and it was much cheaper, and you still had access to the hot springs, and you were actually a little bit closer. And so I asked about overflow, and she said, well, that's across the highway. And I said, well, how much is it? And she said, it's $26 a night. She said, would you like a campsite? I said, how much is a campsite? And she said, $26 a night. And I said, we'll take a campsite. And so
we're very glad we did.
Yeah, and when you put your campsite on a credit card, they charge $2 additional. So it's actually $28. However, that allows both of us to go into the hot springs. And I believe if you just do the hot springs, it's $8 a person. Yeah. I'm not positive. But the campground has an electric fence around it now. And then the boardwalk to the hot spring area is a half a mile, and it is a boardwalk the entire way. Very reminiscent of Yellowstone.
Yes.
And we went down shortly after we got here, and then we went back down this.
We stayed
quite a while.
Yeah, 2.5 hours probably.
Oh, that feels wonderful. Does smell a little sulfury. Oh, this is a bench. This is wonderful.
Yes.
Wow. I tell you what, after driving for days, okay, we rested just your day, but still, this feels pretty amazing.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. Okay, you will notice some sulfur smell.
Yes.
But it is not, in our opinion, it's not strong. And there are a number of sets of stairs coming down in here, so it's not like you're just diving off into nothingness. There are benches all along that you can sit on to soak in. But getting out, it's going to be chilly. Yeah, when you get down there, there are dressing rooms, there are restrooms, and there are steps going down into the hot springs. But it's got like a rock bottom. It's very nice.
Yeah,
but the further to the left you are, the cooler, and the further to the right, hotter.
And I wondered, I mean, how hot can it get? It can get very hot.
Yeah. If you go and try and put a rock on the ledge down where the hot water is coming out, I thought I might have burns, you know. I mean, I had to do it, but
yes.
but it was very relaxing. Only thing that would be more relaxing would be if you didn't have a half a mile walk back. But folks, this is something you just really kind of have to stop and see.
Yeah, and
the campground, according to the map that she had us take a picture of, sites 22, I believe it's 22 to 42 are reservable, and the others are first come. Like we said, we got here around 10:45 or so,
and it was there were perfect time.
Several sites available.
Yes.
But before we went down to the hot springs, I think most of those had filled.
Yes.
The ones that were available, and then people were in the overflow across. I know they used to allow overflow parking here. I will show you the video of the signs that are here that say
your car will be towed.
If you park here overnight, it will be towed. That overflow parking is across the Alaska Highway. So that may have changed, and so we just wanted, compared to the videos that we had watched, that's something that's new and different. But, yeah, this is...
The springs, I want to talk a little bit more about that. There are little benches all along.
Yeah, in that hotter section.
And they are not... They're so that you get wet up to about your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then there's a little fall coming off the...
hottest part.
The coolest part.
Well, it comes from the hottest part down to the cooler part. Yeah.
Comes from the warmer part to the cooler part. That is wonderful. It feels like you're getting a massage.
Yeah, go to that lower part and then just let that water pour down over you, and that, yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. And then, you know, we just met a lot of really nice people. Several people from Alaska. We were able to visit with them and get some, you know, inside scoop, so to speak. And so, in the morning, we will head on up to Watson Lake.
Yes.
And like I said,
and the signpost.
And the signpost for us. But this was a very short drive day. I mean, we were only less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of we want to stop and see what there is to stop and see. And so we're not in a hurry. And how far we go tomorrow, we have no idea. But we will let you know when we get there. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers. And stay tuned to Alaska on a Budget.